Okay, let's see here.
All right. We're
Just
being
got
live
it.
streaming. See?
Yeah, and I'm checking.
It is the feel good hour.
Not happy hour.
We did
Hey.
we did it this time.
Everybody cheer for Craig. He got it.
Hey, Craig.
Got
Hey,
us working.
Craig.
Woo!
Woo.
It
Hercules. Hercules.
We are on
Hercules.
Facebook. All right, excuse me, YouTube. Oops.
Another one of those habits, right?
I'm checking. Here we go again.
Thanks so much, Craig. Appreciate you getting that fixed for us.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Hello, everybody from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, Karen.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hey, muting.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, we appreciate everybody getting started. It is just a little bit past the top of the hour, and I hope you are excited because today is the day that we start talking about Chapter 3 in The Science of Getting Rich. You are welcome. Thank you so much. It is whatever time it is where you are, because you're watching now or live or on the pre-records, the replay. But ladies and gentlemen, today in Mastering the Science of Getting Rich with Robert Hollis, we are diving into Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is Monopoly. All right, you know what? I think I'm going to start over. Okay.
Don't you rewind it by going, wow.
Okay.
And action.
Take two. That's a Matt. Actually, that's Matt. You're the director, Matt. So
There you go.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is day 3 on Mastering the Science of Getting Rich with Robert Hollis. And today we are going to be talking about Chapter 3. Is opportunity monopolized? Here with the answer, ladies and gentlemen, Robert Hollis!
Whoop, whoop. So, hello, everyone. It's great to have you guys on here. The first thing I want to do is I just want to tell you how much I love and appreciate you. You know what I mean? It means a lot for me to have you on here. And yes, I wish we were Sherry Moore. Oh my God, look at Matt. That's Sherry. Great to have you on here.
That's
Sherry,
so cool.
Sherry Moore helped Matthew and Kyle become black belts in Taekwondo. So she's
Wouldn't have gotten it without her. She was a huge help.
Yes,
Absolutely.
huge help. And so when you guys hear my story about we were following somebody that wasn't teaching us the right things, and then I found out that we needed to be teaching the right things, this incredible woman, Sherry Moore, dropped everything she was doing and started doing it the right way. And so, yeah, if it wasn't for her, we would be traveling 2 times a week to Rapid City, South Dakota, which is quite a long drive. So thank you, Sherry. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and get started. Thank you, Craig, for the incredible introduction. For those of you that are new to Craig, giving introductions like that, my wish and prayer for you is that one day you get an introduction like that. So just like Joy in Life or Dr. Feelgood that I did today, there's only one group of people that go, that's nonsense, get away from me. The other group is jealous. They're like, oh my God, that Craig's obnoxious doing that. I don't even know why they would do that on there. Well, that's because you wish he was doing it for you. And I can show you how to make sure that could happen one day, right? And then you got the other group that say, you know what, I love it, and that's what it's all about. So thank you, Craig, so much. So I did do a shout out really quick. If you guys didn't see Dr. Feelgood today, I just want to say to you, if you watch that video, that is why I don't do a presentation. That was my presentation. Did you guys catch that? That's my presentation. So when people see me in front of the room, if there was someone that yelled out, well, what's the product? I would say, if it made you feel good, what if it was broken glass in a plastic bag? Seriously. Have you guys ever seen marbles when we were really young? People played with marbles. Well, then kids stopped using marbles, right? Because they went to video game. So do you think that that guy that made marbles went out of business? No. He squished them down, and then people started putting them in vases for flowers and putting them all over for decoration. And then one day, someone accidentally broke a piece of glass, and they said, what if we took all this broken glass and we put it in fire pits? Now I'm baked. Do you know there's people that make millions and millions of dollars by selling broken glass? And the people that sell broken glass to people are very happy people. So that's why you guys see I don't put a lot of emphasis on product. I spend most of my time teaching people how to feel good, become free, so on and so forth. So along with chapter 3 here, let's go ahead and listen to it. And then we'll go ahead and go into discussion. Wow, there you get to see where we're going live here. That's pretty cool. How many of you are subscribed to the channel? And once you're subscribed to the channel, are you guys gonna click on that little bell? Make sure you click on that little bell for notifications. So let me go to the playlist here. The secret. Let me see. Where are we? Where are we? Where'd it go? Oh, Matt changed the graphic. That's cool. Thanks, Matt.
Chapter 3 is opportunity monopolized. No man is kept poor because opportunity has been taken away from him, because other people have monopolized the wealth and have put a fence around it. You may be shut off from engaging in business in certain lines, but there are other channels open to you. Probably it would be hard for you to get control of any of the great railroad systems. That field is pretty well monopolized. But the electric railway business is still in its infancy and offers plenty of scope for enterprise. And it will be but a very few years until traffic and transportation through the air will become a great industry, and in all its branches will give employment to hundreds of thousands and perhaps to millions of people. Why not turn your attention to the development of aerial transportation instead of competing with J.J. Hill and others for a chance in the steam railway world? It is quite true that if you are a workman in the employ of the Steel Trust, you have very little chance of becoming the owner of the plant in which you work. But it is also true that if you will commence to act in a certain way, you can soon leave the employ of the Steel Trust. You can buy a farm of from 10 to 40 acres and engage in business as a producer of foodstuffs. There is great opportunity at this time for men who will live upon small tracts of land and cultivate the same intensively. Such men will certainly get rich. You may say that is impossible for you to get the land, but I am going to prove to you that it is not impossible, and that you can certainly get a farm if you will go to work in a certain way. At different periods, the tide of opportunity sets in different directions according to the needs of the whole, and the particular stage of social evolution which has been reached. At present in America, it is setting toward agriculture and the allied industries and professions. Today, opportunity is open before the factory worker in his line. It is open before the businessman who supplies the farmer more than before the one who supplies the factory worker, and before the professional man who waits upon the farmer more than before the one who serves the working class. There is abundance of opportunity for the man who will go with the tide instead of trying to swim against it. So the factory workers, either as individuals or as a class, are not deprived of opportunity. The workers are not being kept down by their masters. They are not being ground by the trusts and combinations of capital. As a class, they are where they are because they do not do things in a certain way. If the workers of America chose to do so, they could follow the example of their brothers in Belgium and other countries and establish great department stores and cooperative industries. They could elect men of their own class to office and pass laws favoring the development of such cooperative industries. And in a few years, they could take peaceable possession of the industrial field. The working class may become the master class whenever they will begin to do things in a certain way. The law of wealth is the same for them as it is for all others. This they must learn, and they will remain where they are as long as they continue to do as they do. The individual worker, however, is not held down by the ignorance or the mental slothfulness of his class. He can follow the tide of opportunity to riches, and this book will tell him how. No one is kept in poverty by a shortness in the supply of riches. There is more than enough for all. A palace as large as the Capitol at Washington might be built for every family on earth from the building material in the United States alone. And under intensive cultivation, this country would produce wool, cotton, linen, and silk enough to clothe each person in the world finer than Solomon was arrayed in all his glory, together with food enough to feed them all luxuriously. The visible supply is practically inexhaustible, and the invisible supply really is inexhaustible. Everything you see on earth is made from one original substance out of which all things proceed. New forms are constantly being made, and older ones are dissolving, but all are shapes assumed by one thing. There is no limit to the supply of formless stuff or original substance. The universe is made out of it, but it was not all used in making the universe. The spaces in, through, and between the forms of the visible universe are permeated and filled with the original substance, with the formless stuff, with the raw material of all things. 10,000 times as much as has been made might still be made, and even then, we should not have exhausted the supply of universal raw material. No man, therefore, is poor because nature is poor, or because there is not enough to go around. Nature is an inexhaustible storehouse of riches. The supply will never run short. Original substance is alive with creative energy and is constantly producing more forms. When the supply of building material is exhausted, more will be produced. When the soil is exhausted, so that foodstuffs and materials for clothing will no longer grow upon it, it will be renewed, or more soil will be made. When all the gold and silver has been dug from the earth, if man is still in such a stage of social development that he needs gold and silver, more will be produced from the formless. The formless stuff responds to the needs of man. It will not let him be without any good thing. This is true of man collectively. The race as a whole is always abundantly rich, and if individuals are poor, it is because they do not follow the certain way of doing things which makes the individual man rich. The formless stuff is intelligent. It is stuff which thinks. It is alive and is always impelled toward more life. It is the natural and inherent impulse of life to seek to live more. It is the nature of intelligence to enlarge itself, and of consciousness to seek to extend its boundaries and find fuller expression. The universe of forms has been made by formless living substance throwing itself into form in order to express itself more fully. The universe is a great living presence, always moving inherently toward more life and fuller functioning. Nature is formed for the advancement of life. Its impelling motive is the increase of life. For this cause, everything which can possibly minister to life is bountifully provided. There can be no lack unless God is to contradict himself and nullify his own works. You are not kept poor by lack in the supply of riches. It is a fact which I shall demonstrate a little farther on, that even the resources of the formless supply are at the command of the man or woman who will act and think in a certain way.
Awesome. So, how many of you had different programming before you found this home-based business stuff? All right. You know, we become who we hang around. And what I love about when I first read this chapter, I remember I had this aha moment that this book was written in 1910. And he's saying, you know, focus on electric transportation. In 1910, so maybe it was around, but there might have been some people that had money in politics to make sure it didn't happen. Do you know why there's so many cars in LA, California? Because the political powers did everything they possibly could to stop public transportation in LA. And they had lobbyists that came from the oil companies and the car companies. That's why LA will always have the worst traffic. There's people that I know that still to this day drive 2.5 hours one way to go to work. They don't know any better. So in this subject, I love that he talked about in 2010, if we thought out there that there could be possible air travel. Do you guys realize that no one had flown at this time yet? Where was his head to say, man? And a lot of people don't know this about locomotives, but you see all these trains, especially the ones that are derailing all the time. No, I'm kidding. But I'm getting to that point. All right. Do you guys know that the diesel motors actually spin a generator and locomotives move by electricity? Do you know why? More torque. Just that simple. So a lot of people see all these trains moving all over the world, and they don't know that they're running on electricity already. So there's something that's stopping things from getting places. Now we could focus on those bad people. Did you guys catch where it said in there? You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, you know, it's monopolized and all the Occupy Wall Street 1%. It's like there's no way that I have a chance because the government's messed up. The Republicans are screwing it up. The Democrats are screwing it up. The independents are screwing it up. I don't have a chance in hell. Learned hopelessness. See? So I don't want to get off track here, but I'm sure some of you might have heard by some people that there's a lot of wealthy people out there that love us being pissed off at each other and constantly causing division. I seen this one cartoon character that was the best. He said that the guy goes, wow, I'm a new king. And now they're all pissed off at me. It's funny. We're about ready to get a new king, right? Well, we have one, but he's being oriented or whatever. But he was standing looking out at the crowd and he said, they're all going to be pissed off at me because now that I'm king, I'm supposed to change everything. And and there was a joker behind him. You know, what do they call the guy that's there's a name for the court jester. Okay, the court jester. And he reaches over to him and he says, don't worry about it. He said, you see, some of them got swords and some of them have torches. And what we'll just tell them all is that the people with the torches tell them that the people with the swords are bad people. And then we'll just tell all the people with the swords that the people with torches are bad people. And they'll focus on trying to destroy each other. They'll never come after you. And he's like, you think they would really fall for that? So if they can keep the have-nots constantly mad at the haves, are you guys focused? Then there's really no reason for all of us to try. There's no reason for all of us to try. So I remember when I read this and I understood that, yeah, you know, the world is pretty abundant. So I wrote notes here because I thought this was hilarious. a little bit of political stuff. You guys remember when Bloomberg ran for office and someone said that he spent like $350 million on his campaign. And I remember someone posted underneath there's 350 million people in America. Why didn't he just give everyone $1 million? They would have voted for him. How many of you could have been swayed with your opinion if he wired $1 million into your account? That's my new favorite guy right there. No, instead he gave it to a bunch of media places and it didn't work so well. You know what I mean? The other one, I love the farmer story, and let me tell you why. I've said this example when I first heard it. It melted my heart, and I hope it'll melt yours. I should do it on a video. But every one of us has seen somebody cut an apple in half or cut it into quarters. And when you do that, every human being that knows how to count can count the seeds in the apple. But no one can count the number of apples in every seed. So when he brought up this farmer example, the first thing I thought of is, even if I lived in an apartment, I know that I could have the ability of talking someone into allowing me to use a piece of their property to plant an apple tree. And it doesn't happen overnight. It's not a get rich quick scheme. But I could plant a couple of apple trees. Once those apple trees mature, start providing apples, I can start selling the apples and give some of my rent to the person that allowed me to have their piece of land. Then I could make more trees, get more apples. Sooner or later, I can buy my own piece of property. Are you guys following me? And there was an interview that I loved one time, and it was a guy that actually lived in Montana. Maybe it's not true anymore, but it was at the time. But they interviewed a guy, and he had more land in the United States than any other person. And they asked him, how did you get so much property? And he said, well, my grandpa had this property before me, passed it down to my father, and then me. And he said, well, we all told each other is that we would always be the best farmers we could be, so we could afford to buy the land next to ours. All we wanted to do is buy the land next to ours. So as it got bigger, they bought out more farms. As they got bigger, they bought more farms. As they got bigger, you guys don't realize that the simplest things in life are so damn simple. We as human beings are the people that overthink, complicate, make everything difficult. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. The people that are making millions of dollars a month right now on social media are only one thing more than you: consistent. Consistent. Because as you keep posting content, regardless of what it is, you will learn how your people respond to you by your content. Right? So you might try something and it's like, wow, I didn't do very good. And a lot of people go, listen, this is stupid. And then you post another piece of content and it went good. But no, wait a minute. Going back to the last chapter, when John Tier said, I finally got it, the same way, what Matt and I are doing right now is researching on the internet and finding people that have millions and millions of people subscribe. I then click on video and click on most popular. And they did a video that's got 8 million views. Wow, I know exactly how to do the video. It's like, it's right there. Some of you guys are following people that are telling you what you're doing to do. And then you go to see their social media and they go, wow, they don't have any likes or a lot of engagement or a lot of following, but I'll keep doing that. Bizarre. Like mystically, one day it's just going to go them and it's going to work. So it was fun because, Craig is not only helping me along with Matthew, and now that I decided to make this change and really put out content to help people, make them feel good and get them to get rid of that learned hopelessness. Do you guys realize that now all my videos are going just like this? The number of views, the number of people that are jumping on them are just amazing. Why? Because I'm no longer complaining about other people that wouldn't listen to me. And I'm also going to stop complaining about people that are doing nothing. I'm going to go find people that want to do something. It's like, hey, so how many people think we still got some programming in there that, there's not going to be enough. There's not going to be enough. And when the internet first came out, I wrote on here, the internet. I remember, man, when I first heard of this thing called the internet, and there was this whole group of people. It's going to destroy the world. It's going to be used for evil. People are going to have wires run right into their home, and they're going to be watching everything they're doing. This is Big Brother. And it's like, you still got, I'll be nice. You still have people out there that think that they're not being tracked. I don't want to give them any access. I'm not building any Facebook page because they're going to be all over me. They're going to know what I'm doing. That was 20 years ago. You walk around with a little thing that you're going like, yeah, they're sure in the hell not tracking me. That's for damn sure. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to fall for this stuff. I'm telling you, I'm not getting on any social media because I don't want to be tracked. Okay. Went on a tangent there. But how many of you guys have noticed recently that, I know this is going to sound stupid, but I'm saying it anyway. They've figured out already how to read my mind. They have. And you guys are going, Robert, you're out there. Because I know there's things that I think about, and I don't say it out loud. Maybe I do, and I'm talking to myself. And then I go on Facebook and I'm going, there's an ad right there. Listen, not only an ad there, but then all of a sudden I go, wow, I wonder what the weather is. And I go on Google and I put in weather.com and I click on it. The ad's there again. I open up my phone, click on an app. On YouTube, it's like, wait a minute, how can it follow me on every social media, including other websites that I go to? I don't know. I'll get off that. But the program is we got to understand that we're programmed and it's not true. This thing made me realize that all the stuff that I've been programmed that was holding me down, that was stopping me from being a happy, fulfilled person that feels good, that all those things really didn't exist. It was the propaganda in the media from the news, the internet, and everything else is telling me I don't have a shot. So when I read this and realized I do have a shot and I am a miracle, yeah, this game's been pretty fun for me. Really fun for me. Because I get up every day and I'm going like, how much do I need to get? So now my goal is how many people I can get to think this way instead of how many people don't want to think that way. So we're constantly looking where all the people we teach this to, and we got in our groups and everyone that's following us, and we're standing there going, come on. Can't you get motivated? Can't you see it? Can't you get rid of the programming? And none of you realize that there's a whole group of people out there that are on their knees praying, going, I wish someone would talk to me. Just turn around, stop talking to the people that are negative, that are not listening, that don't feel good, and start looking for the people that already are feeling good, looking for a shot. That would go, you introduced me to something that I can read and change my programming. I'll read it tonight. I'll get back to you in a few hours. because that's a Robert Hollis. Robert, read this book. Yes, sir. Went home, didn't get distracted, read the damn book. Hey, read 4, 14, and 7 in that order. I'll change that on my way home. I'll call a couple of people that are broke, ask them what they think of the book, and I'll totally get distracted and probably not even read the book. Then after I read it and it inspires me, I'm going to reach out to a bunch of idiots and morons that tell me that it's not true. Wow. None of you do that, or none of you know people that do that. So that's my opening. Let's open it up for questions and hear what all you incredible people either have questions or, like we've been talking about, is what did you get from this chapter? I hope, what's so funny is I know people that used to do book reviews, right? Or book clubs. I know this thing is going to grow to tens and tens of thousands of people. And I just know that, when you're doing book reviews, you're supposed to read the chapter before you got on, right? And so I thought, listen, I might get distracted. So instead of you reading the chapter before we jump on, we'll just read the chapter and listen to it before we start. See? So, I'm just one of those dyslexic, not really educated people, but I know how to make things simple. All right. Greg, take it over.
Thank you, Robert. The phrase is KISS. Keep it super simple. That's it. And that's
there's people, Craig, there's people that want to jump on right now and go, that's not the way it is. Hey, I heard it a different way. Come on. No, wait a minute. I got a more creative way. Have you ever thought of keep it simple, silly? Because you don't want to be offensive. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, be offensive, stupid. Be offensive. No. Now, this is the kind of group of people we're trying to get through to, right? As soon as Craig says something that you don't think it is, hey, let me comment. Let me comment and change it. I got to make sure I feel important. All right.
The right fighters.
Yeah. Okay, Craig. And by the way, when I always go back to you, Craig, you and Matthew, please, if you feel like you'd like to say something before we go to somebody else, please.
No, I think you summed up this chapter so well. Basically, all right, fine. I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity since you put it out there. The thing about this chapter is opportunity monopolized. It means that, okay, we already know something that's already there that works, but does that mean that that's the only way it works? It's not. And if you think about it, okay, and this is the thing that took me a little while to understand about the science of getting rich. And I wrote this down here because I wanted to make a point of it. When he talks about formless stuff, original substance, raw materials, let me ask if people understand what it is he is talking about when it says infinite. Thought.
Yep.
That is exactly what he is talking about. Thought is infinite. It is original substance. It is formless stuff. And that's going to be discussed later as we move through these chapters. This is what I love, is how he is building chapter on chapter on chapter about how this science of getting rich is so incredible. So I see 4 hands raised. Now, for those of you who want to share, it's very easy. Just go ahead, put your cursor in the middle of the screen. On the bottom is a button that says reactions. When you click on reactions button, another button will appear that says raise hand. Click on that. We'll call on you for those of you that are here in Zoom. For those of you watching on YouTube, we'll do what we can to grab your image or your question or your share and brief share and question pertaining to this particular chapter of the science of getting rich, and we'll share it with the group. So thank you all very much. And of course, for those watching on YouTube, that's for the live people. For those watching the replay, enjoy it. because there's going to be a lot of great discussion coming up ahead. Right now, we have our hands raised, and I see that Bill Shoemaker was the first one up. So, that being the case, Bill, please unmute yourself and share.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Robert. Wow, what an incredible live you did today. Woo. Anyway, I got to tell you, my son posted something on the next chapter. I'm not going to say what it is, but he was fact checked on Facebook and they said it wasn't true. So anyway, that was pretty funny. There's the negative sayers. Did everybody hear me? I don't see anything.
Yeah. Oh, we can hear you.
Okay, awesome. So today, Robert, you knocked it out of the park. I mean, it just hit me right here. It goes, that's it. That is the secret, is to make other people feel good. See, when you're thinking about making yourself feel good and not worried about what other people are thinking, not going to work at all. And the cool thing is, when you make other people feel good, it makes you feel good as well. And I see that in you as well. So that is awesome. So I know now that there's things that I've done in life that I do that don't work out and don't make me feel good in the long run. And it took this to make me realize that. Oh, and yesterday on The Secret, now I got The Secret on CD form when it first came out. Like, was it 17 years ago when Esther Hicks was on it?
Do you have a DVD of that?
I did have, man. I wish I still did.
Wow.
But yeah, it's.
If anyone can find for me, Abraham Hicks talking on that, The First Secret, can find the clip or whatever. I'd love to find that.
Right. Yeah, me too. So anyway, the point is, I got so excited. I thought, man, this is it. I got it figured out, right? I gave it to my children. They go, yeah, this is really cool. The problem was that we weren't willing to change the way we were thinking in a certain way. So it didn't work. I watched that thing, I don't know, probably 100 times. I mean, and this was, over, a decade and a half ago. And so when I watched it again yesterday, it hit me in the heart, because I go, my subconscious was saying, well, you watched it all these times and you knew what you're going to do and it didn't work for you, right? All this, right? And so, but that was an awareness part for me that realized that that's just my subconscious talking. And
we all have numbers of voices that are ahead, and some more than others.
Right. But those are getting overpowered now because of awareness. And so anyway, thank you for that. I appreciate that, brother. And there's a formula that I used in life that I am successful in some things in life. One thing that I always said, is it negotiable or non-negotiable in your life? So when you do something, or when I do something, I have to say to myself, now, is this negotiable or non-negotiable that I should do that will make me feel good or not make me feel good? So that's my secret to success.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome, brother.
Love you, brother.
Very kind words. I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. And oh, by the way, you should try stand-up. You're awesome.
I'm back in the Zoom. We know Melody, Ryba, and Matthew and Craig know this individual. God, she's a crack up. Her name is Bonnie Livingston. I miss her. And first time that she seen me speak on stage, and she came up to me and she said, listen, I'd like to be your manager and agent. And I said, what for? And she said, you should be the personal growth comedian. And I said, there's no residual.
Hey, there's one out there.
But hey, now that Netflix is doing these stand-up things, maybe what I'll do is I'll start off with a TED Talk, and then he'll get a couple of billion views, and then maybe I'll have a personal development stand-up. That'd be funny, man. Because people, I think people are hilarious. I think people are a crack up. I love people, and I love making them laugh, and I just like making jokes out of stupid stuff that we all do as human beings. You know what I mean? We just have a tendency of constantly not seeing the obvious. we're all professional missers of the point. it's like, oh my God, I wish I could have a happier life. Really? No, you don't. It's like, tell me one thing that you did today to make your life happier. Nothing. Well, there you go. Congratulations. All right. So thank you very much, Bill.
Thank you, brother.
Bill, thank you so much. Let's move on. John Tier. There you go. Go ahead and please share with us.
Hey, everybody. Woo, Craig, Robert, Bill, good to see you guys today, man.
Great.
There are just a couple of little things that are running in my mind. You were talking about right fighters. I think it was when I was in the Amway business, guy said, you could be rich or you can be right. It's up to you. Yeah. And so that was one.
A lot of people just want to argue, and that's why I'm not on Twitter.
Right. On the feel good topic, it's really interesting that you brought that out today, because I was actually going to message you, but I could do it right here. I had a couple of people who responded to me giving them the science of getting rich. One was a nephew who I had never talked to about business ever, because it was a family member. No one talked to family members.
No.
No.
Who wants to be part of the NFL club?
Right. So, but his response to me was, thank you so much, Uncle.
How does that make you feel, John?
Oh, it made me feel really good. As a matter of fact, it inspired me to go talk to some more people. And then I had a young lady, and she says, hi, John. Thank you very much for the greeting and the link. Have a wonderful day, my friend, with a smiley face.
I'm telling you.
And so,
and you know what, the number one question that people are asking me, and connecting with people, making them feel good, like I did. If you guys, I don't want to repeat the Dr. Feel Good video, please go watch it. But I want each and every one of you to know that, again, I'm looking as them as a doorway to somebody that's going to help me build this. See what I mean? And so, the number one question for people that are not focused at making people's lives better, their very first question is, when can I sell them some stuff? I'm not interested about all this feel good stuff and making people feel good. I want to close them for some product, because if I close them for some product, then I make money, and I need to make money. Oh, how did it go from them to you again? So in your explanation of how to make money, why did you use the word I 15 times in your conversation? It's like you still don't get it.
Yeah. And that is the thing, that you really have to be consciously aware of forgetting about yourself.
Yes.
You have to do that on purpose. You have to have a mindset of, I want to go out here and I want to give something away that's going to make somebody's life better. And then you have to be able to convey that, increase,
Yeah.
You have to be able to convey that in a way that they can really feel that, and like I say, it's not in the words you say, but it's in the feeling you convey.
Yes.
So when I'm talking to someone, I have something written out, but I don't always say what I have written out. It's just a guideline for me to express what I'm feeling on the inside.
Yeah.
And it comes out differently depending on the person that I'm talking to.
It should.
Yeah.
You should be following, like I've said before, and some of you will become a believer sooner or later. But I ask for guidance, and I say, I surrender all, just like Oprah did. And I say, I surrender all, and I need you give me the words to say to those that have ears to hear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then people go, yeah, you got a script. It's like, I don't know. I guess if everybody had the same fingerprint, the same DNA, then the same story would work on everyone.
Right. Yeah. It's just,
and not to get on a tangent, but that's pretty much the reason that our school system for all the countries in the world why we're the least. Because this guy right here was in a special school, was told that he was stupid and wouldn't amount to anything because I couldn't spell. Mrs. Pringelson, you were wrong.
Okay.
My
Yeah,
third
absolutely.
grade teacher went, you know, you
Right.
stop being a daydreamer. If you paid attention, you could learn to read. You're not going to amount to anything. And I was like,
Hmm.
she didn't know
Only-
that she couldn't hurt me because I was already didn't feel like people wanted me. Well, you know, you don't want me, big deal. I don't care.
Okay.
You know. Thank you, John.
Yeah, only one more thing I want to say was
Okay.
then he was talking about air flight. Now we have space travel and the internet.
It's nuts. It's nuts. I'm a geek. I'm a geek from the Dork Force. If you guys don't know, I was an engineer, automotive engineer. And the first time that I read that, I went, when did the Wright brothers, first, invent flying? You do a lot of research like virtually everything else that we believe, and you find out, wow, they got credit for it. That's all I'll say. Like Paul Revere, he got credit for it.
Yeah.
You know, you always hear about these people,
There was someone else. There was someone else.
There
who-
was,
Yep,
so
was
then you
someone
go
else,
back
yeah.
and I was like, wait a minute, maybe they person first flew before 1910. You know what I mean? But I'm sort of a geek like that as well. So John, you're so right.
All right, that's it for me.
That's it. One thing that I'll add quick, Matt's teaching me how to pay attention to AI. You know what I mean? Everybody's freaking out with this AI thing. I don't know how much you guys are playing around with it, but I just put in AI really quick. I guess I could do a screen share quick, but I simply asked here, I said, how much money is on the planet? And then all of a sudden you start seeing down here, 6 trillion. I don't know what narrow money versus broad money is. So I guess I'm uneducated. I'm still stupid. I know how to make money, but I don't know what the hell.
Ask it to explain it to you if you're 5 years old.
Okay. Explain like I was 5. Okay. Imagine money as big pile, different kinds, coin, paper. Boy, this is
You did say 5. You can maybe make it 10.
okay. But my point being is, let's just take the 6 trillion. All right. How many people are there in the planet? We won't take the 100 trillion, but even though this says, well, first of all, people have value in other things. I love that it said that. How much money is on the planet? Well, that's sort of hard to say because some people value other things more than money. Duh. Some people like gold, some people like silver, some people like diamonds. Isn't it funny? There's a bunch of ways to monetize money. So anyway, 6 trillion, 100 trillion. Let's use 6 trillion. How many people on the planet? 8 billion. There is enough money right now, according to the AI, for everyone in the world to have a lot of money. Why don't they? Why don't they? Yeah, it says 6 inches between your ears. You know what I mean? So people will figure out how to make something more valuable. Right? So everybody said, well, what's going to be more valuable than the internet? Are you kidding me? And I don't know what Matt was telling me, how many companies now have been getting funding because of AI. Some people are really starting to figure out that this AI thing might be a pretty big deal. But the rest of people are scared. But Matt and I are trying to figure out how we're going to capitalize on this. When internet became a thing, this guy right here was doing 10-minute videos, and some of them were taking 3 days to upload. And to show you how smart I am, Robert Hollis is a genius. I never thought, wow, this is taking forever to upload. I never thought that if someone was going to watch the video, it probably would take just as long for them to download it. Hey, John, I'd like you to take a look at this short video. By the way, it's going to take you to download. So that's probably why at that point there was a thing called a DVD. No, they were called CDs. Ah, see, we keep forgetting the leaps of stuff. Hey, John, I'll put this video on a CD and I'll mail it to you. How many people caught that? And it's like, well, who's going to be making all the money mailing CDs? The post office. All right. I'm sorry. I hope you guys see that I'm still in that joy vein, right? I'm still running around on that vortex up there. John, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, John. Dr. Feelgood in the house.
I was looking for my doctor's jacket.
Oh, you've got to still have that.
The
Come
house
on.
up, man. I was looking for my doctor's jacket and I couldn't find it. So why don't we find out what Dr. Scranton has to say?
Yeah, Dr. Scranton, a.k.a. Dana Scranton. There we go. Go ahead and please share with us. Thank you.
I will do so. Thank you. And thank you, Robert. This is a wonderful day as usual in the presence of Dr. Feelgood. I'll take a shot from you any day, man. Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, this chapter to me is arguably one of the most important in this whole book. And I know that sounds kind of weird because we're getting to the meat stuff yet. But what this chapter is really alluding to is something that is of vital importance today. I mean, we, in this particular entrepreneurial platform called network marketing, have a very unique opportunity because of the elements of this chapter, what it really talks about. It's like if you were a light bulb salesman, well, let's say a flashlight salesman, and you walked into a dark cave and there's a bunch of people sitting in there, and you flip on that light, it's like, whoa, how much do you want for that? Well, I got a whole bag of them here, it's just going to make them feel good, right? Well, just like darkness is to light and up is to down, what this chapter is really saying is you have abundance and you have the opposite, which is scarcity. Unfortunately, and fortunately both, we live in this funky world that is immersing everybody in scarcity. And especially now, it's like the scarcity has been weaponized. And it's like the metaphor, the frog in the boiling water. The frog will sit in there until it's boiled into dinner. It won't get out because it's warm and comfy. Well, the world, as we know it, seems to be that frog in this boiling pot of scarcity. Well, therein lies the opportunity, because the infinite stuff, to me, I mean, this is what this chapter is saying, is you have abundance and you have scarcity. But media, for example, social media, news media, sports media, entertainment media is all embracing scarcity as the means of attracting you. Television commercials.
Yes.
It's about scarcity. It's about what you aren't. And if you buy this, you will become what they want you to be, which is, of course, what you want to be, right?
But it's also not in stores, and there's only 13 of them left.
That's right. That's right. And you can have one right now. But wait, if you purchase at this moment, you'll get two. But what's really cool about this chapter is it's teaching us that abundance exists, like Craig said, it's right up here. Thought is energy. Energy is what, the formless stuff is all made about. Creation came from energy, and we have access to it in our thoughts. And so the trick here is to do what everybody here today has said, which is to create that feel-good energy and be the conduit that flows that into the scarcity pot. Because, you've got people living in scarcity. That means they're living in fear. They're living in doubt. They're living in a world where they're afraid to step forward for fear that it will be rejected. that they won't be able to do it because they've been told they can't do it, and they can't go outside, and well, man, here it is, this chapter, and the stuff that follows, the formless stuff that follows, that's going to teach you how to do this, is being aware that you are embraced, engulfed in this energy bubble that you create called abundance, and that insulates you from scarcity. And you now get to share the DNA of that bubble, how to create it, with people who are desperately in need of their own bubble, so that they can be shielded from scarcity, because scarcity is a disease. It's a curable disease, but to people who have it, it's kind of like, chicken pox. You have it and you look in the mirror and it looks horrible. But what if you looked in the mirror and you were beautiful? And you still got chicken pox, but it doesn't matter anymore, because now you see that it's going to be cured. You are beautiful. There is possibility. There is hope. And, here's Dr. Feelgood to inoculate you with abundance and joy, to get rid of the blues of scarcity that seems to be blowing in under the door from this world we live in. So to change the world one person at a time, like we've been talking about here today, is inoculate them with feel-good stuff. You can't be the purveyor of exactly what they want, but you can be the purveyor of feel-good energy, and then it's up to them to absorb and morph that into what they want and need. You can't know what's inside of them. All you can know is if you aren't delivering scarcity, it's delivering joy. And that's going to displace some of that scarcity, and that can be enough. Well, that's my philosophical rant today.
Awesome, Dana. How many people love that? I mean, Dana, man, a lot of wisdom. There's so many people out there that don't believe in a creator, but they don't understand why a majority of the world are connected to one. I would say it has to do with feeling good. That's all I'm going to say. So everyone's going, why would you believe in a make-believe person? I don't know. It makes me feel good. Why do young kids from the time that they're born have an imaginary friend? Because the imaginary friend doesn't make them feel bad. The imaginary friend's always there. It doesn't leave them. So it's okay for a kid to have an imaginary friend. You just can't have one when you're an adult. That's stupid. Well, all right. I'm stupid. All right, Greg.
Wow, Dana, thank you again. Great observations. Lisa Marie, I see your hand is up. I also see Chris and Sherry. We're going to go until those people have done. I think will be a very good session that we are continuing to have. And by the way, just a reminder, if you are watching this on YouTube, please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to this channel. We appreciate it. It's going to help us grow, build, and become betterer and betterer. That's better than gooderer and gooderer, isn't it? Or something like that. Anyways, please do that.
We can type into AI, what's better or gooder? What's better or gooder,
And then also, of course, share this with everybody that you know. Lisa, go ahead. Let's. You are unmuted, so fantabulous.
Hi guys.
Let us have it. Let us have it.
Okay, how's everybody? Hi, Robert. I don't know how I can follow that at all.
Don't try, just be you.
No, I don't have much wisdom, but I have a lot to say. I do. The wisdom's coming. It's coming slowly, but it's coming.
But Lisa Marie, if you don't mind me interrupting you.
No, not at all.
You have a voice that's not only worthy and enough, but your voice will make other people see the light when other people's don't. So when you say anything about not having wisdom or not educated or whatever, all you're doing is that's comparitis. And comparitis makes you feel unworthy, and it doesn't make you feel good.
I wasn't going to cry, damn it.
Why not? Is that more programming that, oh my God, if I'm crying, I'm weak? And yeah, it's not. That's not true. It's not true. It shows compassion. It's called love. It's called empathy. The world needs that. So you being Lisa Marie and not anybody else, you just being Lisa Marie is going to attract an audience that no one else could speak to.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be like Melody. Stop trying to be like me. Stop trying to be like anybody other than Lisa Marie.
Yeah, I'm worthy.
There's 7 billion people on the planet that would love your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. You know,
and
that's one point that I want to bring up too. I have never been in it for the money.
Right.
And I am a good person and I want to help people. And I feel that the experiences that I've had.
But Lisa Marie, your worthiness doesn't come from anything that you acquire.
No, I get that.
Yeah. So if you feel like people are going to judge you for the lack of something.
I am pissed off at people, the negative. I am so pissed and I can't.
Yes.
I can't say that, but it's like.
I will find a way. I will find a way.
I want to just slap them all right upside their heads. I do, because they are so negative and just, and they take all my dreams away.
The only way that you can inspire others is there's only two. There's only two. You guys listening? You inspire others and motivate others by your actions, or by promoting someone that's inspiring. So when I first got involved in this industry, Lisa Marie, I felt so unworthy and my life was a shambles. And not only was it a shambles, I didn't want anybody to know about my past. You know, all the trauma and all the awful things in my life. I hung around the wrong people. So, oh my God, what if people actually find out that I'm a convicted felon, that I stole a beer truck for a class party? They're going to judge me. You know how you get away from that? You just give it up front. You just tell people, hey, this is who I am. I did it. Big deal. Move on. You know, so some people might not like me for that. But when I first got involved in this industry, I knew someone that made me feel good. And that was my new mentor, Bill Gould. So all I did is I beat everyone's butt by putting more people in front of that guy than anybody else. He made me feel good. So I put people in front of him. They made them feel good. And then all of them put people in front of him and they all made them feel good. And I had the largest group of feel good people. And everybody's like, Robert, don't you cover the comp plan? Why? Why don't you lead with the product? Why? Why don't you talk about the company? Why? Why don't you talk about the owners of the company? Why? I met a guy that makes me feel good. And I think that if you listen to this guy, you'll feel good. I'm just guessing. And that's all I did. I did that for 18 months before I did my first testimony. And people are going, Robert Hollis, he's a fifth dimension. That would be like a 500K in this company. And people were like, well, how'd you do it? Well, you got to meet this guy. He makes you feel good. So like John said, it's like, you guys don't even realize how great I am. I didn't say good, how great I am of telling other people's stories and pointing to other people all the time. And we're doing this series right now because I'm making a big deal out of Wallace Wattles and the science of getting rich. I'm making a big deal out of Rhonda Byrne for pointing to this book that created The Secret. I spend a majority of my time talking about other people that I've connected with that makes me feel good. Agmandino. It's not about me. I don't care. So that's why I win. I win because I get into the state of feeling good, and then all day I'm looking for other people to feel good. And if I connect with someone, Lisa, that just does not want to feel good, God dang it, I don't feel good. Oh, well, let me convince you. It's like, my God, they're like kryptonite to me. They're like kryptonite to me. Wait a minute. Hang on, I got to go. See you later. Have a good day. I love you. I mean, that's why I love the internet, because I can get rid of them faster than I could in person.
I am getting better at that, by the way. And not having that, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Whatever, go away.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've gotten really good at blocking. So, and
Yeah,
I've always been afraid to do
Lisa,
that.
Lisa, the worst thing about awareness is we're realizing how few people have it.
You know what? You are so right, because I notice so much more. So, but see, I'm being judgmental doing that, and that drives me nuts.
Yes, you are.
That drives me nuts, but I'm not, I don't know how to curb that.
You do. Stop it.
Well, I'm trying.
Don't try, do.
I have improved.
And
my
get
right
better,
fighter, that's
get better
terrible.
every day in every way.
Yeah. My right fighter shit, that's got it. I have improved. I have.
It's, do you believe in God, Lisa Marie?
Yes, I do.
You do? Let him do his job.
Yeah.
Let him do his job. You need to step out of being his assistant.
Yeah.
It's not your job.
Yeah, but
No, not yeah, but.
I can't just.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay, you're right.
Say, I can.
I can. Damn it.
I'm gonna get better every day.
I am getting better every day. I am.
In every way.
Can you imagine how I used to be? Oh my gosh.
Oh, I know how you used to be. I know how you used to be. What if your antenna and your energy sensors were so lit up and so on fire because you feel good? And as soon as you get even in the energy field of somebody,
I felt that way.
As soon as they walk in, the lights dim. And just you're so sensitive to the people with lower energy that you smile and you walk away, and in silence you pray for them.
Yeah.
Just say, dear God, in the name of Jesus, just soften their heart, introduce them to somebody that can give them a different perspective. And
I think that I could do that, so I don't want to leave them behind.
You don't have to worry about leaving them behind if you build a future for yourself. I'll hire a couple of full-time comedians just to follow them around and crack jokes at them. That story is like, hey, if I knew someone that was super negative, not only would I kidnap them and make them go on a vacation, but then I duct tape them to a wave runner, because I've never seen anybody that's unhappy on a wave runner.
Right.
Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could take the most negative person on the planet and put them in situations instead of trying to get them to do something. Instead of trying to get them to do something or listen or change who they are, you got to put them in places to go, holy cow. Because I can change a person's perspective so quick. Hey, listen, we're all going to fly on a private jet. Melody's been with me. Hey, Melody, let's all go fly on a private jet and go to the Bahamas. They pick you up from the airport, a Rolls Royce. The beds in that resort were like clouds. Felt like you were sleeping on a damn cloud. And it's hard to get up and look at the blue water and feel the breeze and the temperature is perfect. You're like, man, everyone I take to places like that, you know what they say? It would be cool to be here every day. See, they can't even tap into the negative energy in a nice damn place like that. And maybe for other people's, it would be the mountain. I've taken very close family members of mine. We go all the way to the top of the world bar, not too far away from us. And you're up there in the mountains and watching waterfalls. You stand around a waterfall and try to be a negative jerk. It's impossible.
I've done that in Hawaii. It's amazing.
Oh my God. Me and my wife got quad runners and we drove through the jungles in Kauai. And I got pictures of me standing underneath the waves, jumping off, man, it's like people are like, they're around, but it's still hard. Some people are going, what if you fall?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. right now, you guys are going to all watch me have an experience that you're never going to have.
We cruised Maui on Harleys. I'm telling you, that was amazing.
How did you change your state of mind? You're not the same person that started this.
Well, I was kind of pissed off when I first started. A little bit, but.
How many of you guys watched me do it?
Yeah.
So those moments, Lisa Marie.
I have manifested. I know what it's like to feel that good feeling. I want that all the time.
Then create it. Then do it.
And what really
I wish there was really something like a mood ring, but not only was it mood ring, maybe, hey, you guys, when I'm in this state, I create inventions that other people have used to make millions of dollars. Hey, listen to this. With new technology, it should be able to feel our heartbeat, our energy, everything while we're wearing a watch to know when we're not feeling good. And that watch should zap your ass.
Right.
Like, oh.
Feel
good. Oh, okay. What's my favorite song? No, it just starts playing it. Oh, it's so sad. Dr. Feel Good.
Or a little
Okay.
Dino.
That needs to be an app, and someone's got to be working on that app right now. When you start feeling sorry for yourself and you start thinking about other people that suck and you're trying to stop sucky people from sucking. It's like, it's like, hey, focus on good people, find good people.
Yeah, I have a new group and it's focusing on anxiety, stress, and depression. I don't want to freaking talk about that shit anymore. I don't.
Do you really?
I went through that for 30 years. I don't want nothing. I don't know why I did that.
Why are you attracting them?
Because I know how they feel.
So you get a reward out of attracting them?
No, no.
Wait a minute. That's not true.
If I can help somebody, I do. I did. I have helped people.
Okay. I help people, don't I? What I do is I give people that are feeling that way a thing to do. You got to earn your right to be in my world. I'll say that again.
Yeah.
I'll say that again. You need to earn your right to be in my world. And I'm going to give you an assignment. And if you decide that you want to be depressed and feel awful and not do that assignment, you don't get rewarded anymore. You don't get my time anymore.
I think I have given this book away more than anybody.
Right. But the ones that don't read it and apply it, you're still talking to.
Right. Right.
The vortex goes in both directions.
Mhm.
So you got a tornado, and then you got a vortex. If you notice the tip of the tornado is pretty dangerous. Wipes out stuff, makes people feel bad.
Yeah.
Vortex pulls you up.
It does. Do you know what makes me just totally crazy is knowing I am so totally aware of my capabilities, and I don't want to settle for.
Stop attracting people that need help. Start attracting good feel people that people want to feel good. And Lisa, you can make so much money that every time you run into a depressed person, you can pay for them to go to your resort.
Right. Hey,
The
that's
Feel Good Resort.
back here in this vision.
Yeah. So focus on finding good feel people or people that would like to feel good. Then you build an organization that makes you so much money that you can have a resort that when you run into a person goes, my life sucks. Hey, I got a free trip for you. And you're going to find out that people won't take that trip.
You know what? I used to be that person, and I think that's why I attract them.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Don't forget the point in this video. Lisa Marie, you just came up with the answer to the thing you've been looking for. Why do I keep attracting these people? Because you're trying to help the person that you was. I've tried to give money to people that won't take it. What do you think? I need charity? So pride, so much ego, sucks so bad that they won't even take money from me. I can't help that person. They're the same person as telling everybody I'm going door to door selling Tupperware and skincare. Did you guys like that when I got inducted into the Hall of Fame? Did you like Ted asked me what shirt, what picture I should use? I'm going to stuff I'm that guy down everyone's throat. I'm that guy. I'm that guy that feels good, changed my life, and I got a whole group of people that feel good. Yeah, you know, Dr. Dana Scranton, he came up with the word scarcity. I still run into people, you guys, this day that says, isn't it saturated? Isn't everybody doing that? Oh my God. Lost souls. Totally lost souls. Do you know how many people sell CBD? You know, I just know that I sold enough CBD to make 4.4 million. That's all I know. Like,
yeah.
I mean, come up with a real good excuse. Like I'm lazy and I'm a whiner and I'm a complainer and come up with
all of that.
Yeah.
I've been all of that.
So Lisa,
for
you
30
okay
years,
now?
I've been all of that.
Lisa, you okay now?
Yeah, I do want to say, Dana, your analogies or your explanation was, I even got my husband, oh my gosh, Lord have mercy. I even got my husband to watch it I had to leave and we ended up, I watched the replay and I stopped it specifically for him to listen to Dana. And he's like, Oh my God, I got it. And I'm
See?
like, are you serious?
So Lisa, how long have you been trying to get your husband to say I got it?
Oh my freaking God.
Okay. So listen, all you did is give praise and recognition to Dana. And expert from afar, he watched Dana and went, makes sense now. Do you know how prevalent this is in our world? Do you guys know that Progressive Insurance right now, Progressive Insurance is doing TV Dad. Have you guys seen these commercials? You got to go on YouTube and put in TV Dad. So you see people that are coming up to their father, their biological father, and saying, you know, I'm having a little trouble with my kids. And the dad goes, well, maybe you should take them on vacation. That's stupid. And then they play this stupid music, and a guy's behind a newspaper, and he puts it down. They go, TV Dad. And he goes, you know what you should do with your kids? What? You should take them on vacation. See, that guy knows what he's talking about. And the father even goes, he said exactly what I said. And he goes, yeah, but that makes sense. So it's so prevalent in the world that you won't listen to the people that love you and are closest to you. The Progressive's got to make a commercial out of it. And why would they make a commercial out of it? Because every one of us go, damn it, that's exactly what happens to me.
And I don't think people get the point unless it's being relayed by something that touches them.
Yes.
Whether it's you or whether it's Melody or Matthew or Dana.
And Lisa, when we
me,
started,
for that matter.
And Lisa, when we started talking, the very first thing that you started talking, you said, I can't, I don't, I said, Lisa Marie, your voice, everyone that's on here and everyone that watches this video recorded, they're going to be able to give you praise and recognition because they say you should listen to Lisa. Look at the hearts. Everybody raised their hands. There, Lisa Marie, there's people that you can get to that you won't get to because you're too focused on people that you can't get to because you won't give praise and recognition to somebody else to get it.
I don't agree, Robert. I don't.
That's okay. You win.
I do believe that I give everybody else the credit. I do.
If you did it properly the certain way, you wouldn't feel so fucking bad.
How am I doing it wrong? I don't get it.
Yeah, you do.
You know how much I praise you and Melody.
You can't be doing everything right and feel like you're failing. There's no way.
You're right.
I'm doing everything right.
You know what? I
mean, are you kidding?
Well, then maybe I'm just freaking dense up here and I'm not seeing what I'm
not
doing.
Not dense. You're getting offended because I'm calling you to the mat right now.
No, I need to be because I'm tired of it.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You think you're not.
Why do I keep coming back for more?
I don't know. Maybe this is your way to get a reward.
It ain't going to be no reward from anybody I know. Because
you're getting a lot of time on this Zoom today. And that's a reward.
Yeah, I apologize. I do.
Why? Stop apologizing. You'd have nothing to feel sorry for. See, people always say, why do I keep doing this? And all you got to ask yourself is what reward am I getting?
Yeah.
I keep doing this. Yes, you keep doing this because a bunch of depressed people keep asking you to please help me, Lisa Marie.
Oh my God, can I just kick them all to the curb?
No, you can lead by example and be a good feeler. You become who you hang around. You attract a bunch of people that don't want to do nothing, and you wonder why you're not doing anything. This ain't brain science or rocket science.
No, I spend all my time in personal development. And where is that getting me? Or I spend all my time on trainings. It's
So
like,
why don't you spend your time connecting with people and helping them feel good?
I have started doing that and I'm enjoying it.
Good. Good.
I have. And it's, yes, absolutely. I've been kind of keeping to myself and I've been doing exactly that.
Right. So if you spend all your time connecting because you don't need money, and you
I
spend all
don't-
that time telling people you got to check out these videos on the science of getting rich. And if people say I'm too busy, I don't have time. Hey, you guys got to get on this. You guys got to get on this Zoom. I mean, Dana Scranton's on this. You got to listen to what he has to say.
Yeah, people don't want to hear nothing.
They don't. So why do you keep trying to convince them?
Because I think I got to save everybody.
Stop that.
Yeah.
Just stop that. You guys know how fast I peak interest. I'll reach out to someone and say, hi, Lisa Marie. I see that we're friends, but we never connected. Or I see that you followed me. Or I see that you sent me a friend request. And Lisa, I love connecting with people. And certain times in my life, people have shared with me audios in a book that I would like to share with you that was written in 1910. And my goal is to make sure as many people get connected to this information as they can. Here it is. It's done wonders for me.
I did give it to a pastor and he's now reading it every day to the orphans.
See, you're changing your state again.
That was super
Lisa
cool.
Marie, I can treat you like a yo-yo. I ask you about good experiences and helping people be good. You light up like a light bulb. I ask you about you and you start bawling. It's not about you. It's about you serving others. People that entertain and share with others, you know, when they feel the best is when they're performing in front of others, when they're making other people feel good.
Yeah.
That's why we hear like people like Robin Williams or Michael Jackson or these people. How could these people with all this talent, Prince, how could they end up leaving this planet so early? Because they don't know how to feel good if they're not entertaining. They don't feel good if they're not making people feel good. They can't handle it. So they take themselves out. So you got to focus on making people feel good. If they won't feel good, then you got to find people that do. So thank you, Lisa.
Thanks.
I guarantee a lot of people, every time Lisa comes on here and she's brave enough to come on, I get so many messages. Oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. Because a lot of people watching this live or recorded see themselves in you, Lisa Marie. And so they see it in you and they go, oh man, I'm glad she stood up to Robert and came out and said that brave stuff because I could never go through that. So you can, and you will. So I love you. Thank you for doing that. Cool. And for those of you that think that Lisa Marie is a little too sensitive, she had a very close friend that just recently passed away. So I think there's a little more here than just not talking to people. She loves people so much. Probably the person that passed away was someone she was trying to get through to. And so now she feels like she lost another one. Sort of happens when you get old, by the way. All right, Craig, back to you.
Lisa, thank you so much for sharing. Chris Galea, I see that your hand is raised. There you go. Please unmute yourself and share.
Hello, everyone. Robert,
Hi, Chris.
Craig, and Matthew, thank you so much for these. I actually had a lot of fear just to hit the raise hand button because this is the first time.
Congratulations. Everybody say, yay, Chris. Yay, Chris.
Thank you. So, Dana, you summarized a whole bunch of stuff that I was going to talk about. And it hit. So I'm going to have to go back on this. And Lisa, what you just went through just hit a lot of areas that I have to look at now. So I appreciate that very much. Chapter 3 for the opportunity monopolized, it brought up a fear for me, and a stopping point from me to connect with people, because I actually was thinking all the producers are already enrolled and recruited, and who else would want to really get into it? It's and so it's it's all up here. It just unbelievable. So but and just the facing of the fears to connect with people, that's the whole thing I've gotten out of this chapter. And this is the first time I've been reading this book, and I've had this printed out for years.
Crazy.
And I just started doing it
I'm proud of
because
you, man. I am so proud of you. When the student's ready, the teacher appears. And the sad thing about humans, and we're all human, is people do people stuff. So then they realize, man, I was introduced to this book so long ago. So now, instead of it being a joy that you actually found a message that could resonate to take you to the next level, we beat the crap out of ourselves for not following it when we first. Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you guys realize that being a mentor and a teacher, that I hope you guys all become, is that when you hear me teaching stuff, it's usually what I'm supposed to be doing. So when I'm pouring my heart out to Lisa Marie or any one of you that make any comments in this, usually the stuff that I become very passionate about and talking about, it's like God stabbing me on the shoulder. And he's like, are you listening to you? Are you listening to you? It's fun. So me diving into this and taking this kind of attention to get it to you guys so you could get it to someplace else. And I'm going, I got to change that. I got to change that. I got to change that. And some of you that have been around me for a long time know what it is. For the last 3 years, all I've been doing is whining and bitching and complaining that people won't listen to me. I'm doing exactly the same damn thing that Lisa Marie's doing. That's why I can call her on her stuff. Why won't these people listen to me? Why don't they see what I'm making? Why don't they see that I understand how to do this business? Why are they focused on product? This is stupid. This is stupid. This is a way to set people financially free. It's not about the damn product. These people won't listen to me. So now all of a sudden my training and my videos have this little bit of pissed off. Yeah, that wasn't working. Should read my own book. How's that working, Robert? Constantly getting on videos, being pissed off because people don't like you. Doesn't make a difference if they like me or not. I got to turn around and find the audience that's been looking for me. I got to focus on the audience that is looking for me. So, Chris, thank you very much, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Yeah, believe it or not, I don't know why we're so good, Chris, with, like I said, with Lisa Marie. I don't know why we're so good in normal life of just being extremely enthusiastic, good feeling people and promoting somebody else. And then we get involved in a business and we it's like it cuts that part of our brain out. It's
I
like,
think it's the work.
yeah, it's like, Robert, what'd you do last night? Oh my God, Chris, we watched this comedian. Damn it. I don't remember his name. Jeez. Terry and I just sat on the couch and just laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. I'll ask Terry and I'll find out the guy. You got to sit down, Chris. You got to watch this comedian. And Chris goes, wow, you sound pretty enthusiastic and happy about it. Man, Terry and I were crying. My ribs hurt this morning. My face hurts. It was so damn funny. Hey, Robert, yeah. What was your favorite joke? You know, I can't remember any of the jokes right now, but damn it, Chris. Someone can ask us, what's the product? What's the comp plan? What's the joke? What's the joke? What's the name of the company? Oh. Chris, I'm sorry. I can't remember it right now. I just know that it was inspirational. It was, oh my God, I watched this guy. He cracks me up. I seen the light. And I don't have a clue what the hell he was talking about. But what I'm going to do is he did this video, Doctor something or whatever, and I'm going to share this video with you. Would you watch it? Jesus, Chris, you're so jacked up. How could I not watch the damn video?
Be that way with the business.
Don't know the name. Can't even remember what streaming platform it was on. So I can't tell you a joke that he did. I can't tell you his name because I forgot. And I can't even tell you what damn streaming thing is. I'm going to have to reach back out to my sponsor and ask them who the name of this person is. Hang on, Chris. Terry, who was that guy that we watched? Oh, so-and-so. So now we get in, go online, sign up for the business, and turn in to a lost soul. What are people going to
too many years?
What are people going to say? And what if they ask me questions and I don't know? Then I'm going to look stupid, just like I felt in school. You know, when the teacher asked, what's the answer? And I was hiding behind somebody else. You know, what if they base this opportunity off my lack of enthusiasm and thesos? You know, enthusiasm, core word and thesos means God within. I'm not as exciting as the guy that was telling the jokes. I don't even know if I ever have that in me. Right. Promote that guy. I was so good at what we're talking about right now, you guys, that people would say to me, I'm in. And I go, awesome. You know, I don't have a clue what the hell this is. Which is probably the same reason that people go to get involved in cults and get involved. Hey, guess what? I'm really sorry, Robert. I forgot to tell you that, you know, I got another company and I'm not in the company that you're not anymore. I hope you're happy. I hope it works for you. I wish you happiness and success. I hope for myself, I want for you. So what I want for myself, I want for you. So if you're in another company, that's great. Let's talk in 6 months, you know, and see how it's going. You guys know why people go from company to company to company to company? There's only one reason. The person that you talk to has got more enthusiasm than you. They got more feel good than you. And it offends us immediately. Hey, Robert, you got a minute? Boy, do I ever, Chris. I got to tell you what the hell I just got involved with. And you're like, hang on. That was the reason I called you. Anyway, Chris, oh my God, this guy that I talked to, he's making $2 trillion a second. And I mean, it's just amazing. You know, they have a product that no one else has and no one can ever have. And it's a product that as soon as you drink it and look in the mirror, you're 3 years younger. It's freaking amazing. And I don't know how I got paid, but these guys are making a lot of money and the training is amazing. And Chris, you know, hang on a second. Can I put Dana on the phone with you right now? And you're going, listen, I'm in something. Hang on one second. I'll text him. Yeah, he says he's available. Can we jump on a Zoom right now? Robert, what? I said I'm not interested. You got to listen to Dana, man. I'm telling you what, I'm sending you the link right now. Are you not hearing a damn thing that I'm saying? I'm ignoring you because I'm jacked out of my freaking mind. I don't even know that I'm ignoring you. Because I'm jacked up. And Dana said, if I put people in front of him, he'll do that same damn, you know, you pull a string on a doll and it just says the same thing over and over. Every person I put in front of Dana, I pull the string, Dana talks to them, they go, my God, I'm in. Send me the damn Zoom link. Now we're curious. Curiosity killed the cat. And I'm so damn excited because Dana's so damn excited. I can't wait for you to cook to Dana. You got to listen to this guy. And Chris is like, gee whiz. You know, this is sounding pretty damn exciting. We pulled the string on Dana. Dana says the thing. Chris is exciting. I guess I'm getting signed up. And what does Dana say? Hey, listen, you know how you got in, Chris? Yeah. Robert was jacked out of his mind. He put you on a Zoom with me. Yeah. I'll do the same thing for you, Chris. You got anyone to put me on the Zoom with? And as soon as I tell people they can use that, do that with me. Connect with people, get them feeling good, put them on a group chat, let me do a voice message, make them feel better, and we'll see if we can't get them going. How many of you yesterday did that with me? How many of the day before? Did any of you put me on a group Telegram or a group Facebook Messenger, introducing me to someone that you made feel good? No. But you all know it's there, right? Yeah. Well, you know, I was actually listening to some other people and they're like saying, you know, that's not that duplicatable. And, you know, yeah. All right.
True.
Love you, Chris.
Love you, Robert. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll be probably DMing you.
Hey, you guys, we keep talking about this, but I would be willing to actually test and just reach out to people and say, hey, Angela, this is Robert. I love connecting with people. And believe it or not, I just like making people feel good. So if you could just tell me what that would be, I'll just start with that. But I don't want to talk to the people that are making Lisa Marie negative because they might respond differently. There's no way you can make me feel good. I'm sorry that I'm staying on this tangent, but I'm doing it for a reason. Do you guys understand? This is very important. This is going to be a great video. I know you guys have heard this story, but this is a new series, so I'm going to say it again. I stood on a stage in Detroit, Michigan, and said, is there anyone in the audience that knows for a fact, you're willing to bet money on it, that this person will not give me a minute of your day? They will not. Boy, this guy's hand went up so fast, it was irritating. Yeah, I got someone for you to talk to. And I go, who is it? He goes, my uncle. I go, okay, what are we betting? I keep forgetting what we bet. It was like $20 or something, you know? And I said, deal. We had someone pull up a table. We put a speakerphone on the table. Yeah, this was a while ago. And I picked up the phone and I said, Rick, what's his number? Dialed the number, put it on speakerphone. This is the way the guy answered the phone. Who is this? So Rick was right about his uncle. Are you guys following me? He goes, who is this? I said, you don't know me, but I'm sitting here with your nephew, Rick. So what? I said, I just bet your nephew that you wouldn't give me a minute of your time. And we bet $20. If you'll give me a minute of the time, I'll split it with you. Go. He said, go. And I said, I used to be a mechanic. I'm 28 years old. And I said, I made just a little over $300,000 this year working for a company. And the reason that I asked Rick if he knew somebody that might know people that need to make money, I thought of you. And the reason why is I'm sure you got a lot of people that you're paying that you wish you wouldn't. They've always been on your allowance. And there's a bunch of people that want jobs with you, but they're not skilled enough. So by you introducing me to those people, I can take them off your allowance list. He goes, Rick knows where I live. I said, okay, I'm sure he does. We'll let him take you over. Come meet me at the office. I said, yes, sir. We hung up the phone. Not only did Rick's uncle and his dad get in the business, but Rick Belcher was my #1 producer in NSA. Because once you get the negative people, this is easy. Because everybody knows they're negative. Everybody knows they're a-holes. So when they turn around and go, we were calling up people. I mean, everyone that had a boat, they owned the largest marina in Michigan, in the Great Lakes. And we were calling up people that were making $1 million a year. Is this Tom Wigan? Yes, it is. Mr. Velger told me to give you a call. You handle his insurance. Yes, I do. He thought that you should look at this business. When can I set up a time? Today. So now when I go to talk to Tom and all these other guys that were very, very wealthy that knew Velger name, every one of them got in. It was the funnest time I've ever had network marketing. Because it was the elite of the elite. You know where I was doing presentations? At the yacht club. Yeah, this is just a different group of people. And it was all me raising my hand and saying, who has the most negative person in the world? Because my thoughts are, how can I say the things to get it about him? Not about me. How do I get his attention? Hey, we can take some of your nephew's money in. Yeah, I'm in. So did that help you guys? This should be a good story to find a way to get to them. Find a way to get to them if you really feel like you should. I never ever feel like I should. I was just proving that point in front of a bunch of group of people. Right? Okay, Craig, back to you. Thank you very much, Chris.
Chris, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and wrap up here with Sherry Moore. Sherry, thank you so much. There you go. Please unmute yourself and share.
Hi, Sherry.
Okay. Hi, Robert.
I miss you. I miss you.
I miss you too. And Matthew.
Yeah.
So, and Kyle and Terry. All of you. But I am back in Montana. So.
Oh, you are?
I am.
Can you believe it's snowing today? It's nuts.
I know, these are huge snowflakes. I mean, it's red, but I just look at it and go, oh my gosh. So, but first of all, thank you for your kind words at the beginning. I want to let you know that. But what's interesting about that is that I had no idea I made that impact on you and your family.
Wow.
Yeah, see, that's what's crazy. You know, I've been studying pretty hard, probably since January, on the Science of Getting Rich, Wada's Wado, The Secret. Oh my gosh, Jenna Zweigel and her, she's got some really nice videos, training in the back, and Tony Robbins. And I mean, it's been pretty intense for me, but the things that are coming up was whenever you had, said that, I go, man, I just got to call them and let him know. And I just haven't done it. So I guess we'll do it to the world here. Is that, thought is so important. And, part of this chapter is it's on thought, and get in front of people. And you never know who you're going to impact and how you're going to impact them. I mean, you just don't know. And the thing is when it happens, how would I put this? Whenever you said that, I'm like, wow, I did that. I was just helping the kids out, and because I found out that there's, oh, well, you're not going to get very far in another, through that federation if you're not, if you don't have your black belt through them.
Right.
I mean, you brought that to my attention, and then Terry, I remember sitting down in the office, and she came up to me and she's like, Sherry, why do they have to spar for their black belt? And why do they have to spar in tournaments? And I was like, oh, I guess that's the way it's always been.
Yeah.
But that was powerful because it made me think, oh, well, there's other ways. I could do anything I could do anything I want to with that school. Anything. And if I knew what I knew now, maybe I would be still doing it. I don't know. We're always
when the student's ready, the teacher appears.
Yeah, right. So as things have been going, and I appreciate you doing this chapter by chapter, because something you probably don't know about me is that I have to read something over and over and over and over and over and over and on and on and on until I actually get it and understand it.
Yeah.
So you too. So that is, and it's always been, it just always has been that. I don't know why, but I just keep going because that's what you do. You never give up. You just keep going, right?
Sherry, I'll tell you, it's your superpower. For those of you that have difficulty, hey, if you guys, for those of you that are slow readers and it's difficult to read, do you guys know how much we retain? Because we go over it and we go over it and we go over it and we go over it. And we think that it's a negative, but it's a superpower. Because I know people that, oh, I read that book. Really? How did it impact you? It didn't. They couldn't tell you, like the joke that the comedian told. I know people all the time. Oh, yeah, Science of Getting Rich. Yeah, I've read that book. And I go, why does your life suck? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, I read it and went, this is for me. I read the chapter and said, this is for me. And I used it to change my psyche. And that's what's made me who I am.
Yeah. I have a superpower.
Yeah, that's what I say. Jerry, I don't know if you ever heard this story, but do you know why Matt and Kyle stopped doing Taekwondo?
No, I don't know exactly. In fact, somebody was asking me, I was telling them, that because martial arts has kind of been moving back my way for some reason. Well, because my grandson's in it. But
yeah,
now
you
gotta
know what it, yeah. So sorry, what happened is we went to a tournament and who knows, you were probably there, but all of a sudden when it gets up to the black belts, we know the black belts fight the black belts, and then there's the open one where
oh my goodness, right?
All of them fight.
Mhm.
So Kyle goes up against this guy, and this guy's throwing everything he can at Kyle. And Kyle's just block, 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 block,
Mhm.
block. Didn't score any points. And then, you know, he blocked them all. And he came back and sat down between rounds. And I said, what's going on? And he goes, Daddy's not very good. And I said, so? He goes, I don't want to hurt him. And it seems like the only way that you can get points is by hurting somebody. And I don't want to hurt him. And I said, how long have you felt like this? And he said, since I started.
Oh my goodness.
And I said, so why are we doing this? And he goes, I want you and Mom to be proud of me.
Oh my gosh.
And I grabbed the towel.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
And I threw it in the center of the ring. And we walked away. We walked right up to Matt. I go, why are you doing martial arts? He goes, because of you.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. And they were good, huh, Sherry?
They were good, yes. And I knew, you know, Kyle has a really soft heart. You know, he's very kind and soft-hearted. You know, not that Matthew's not, but Matthew's a go-getter. You know, you hear that, Matthew? So I mean, you know, and he liked to spar. So, but wow, thanks for sharing that with me. I appreciate that.
So to hear that people can actually achieve a black belt by learning really good defensive skills and do katas, you know what I mean? And just rise up the ranks without having to punch somebody in the face hard enough to hurt them. You know what I mean? It's like,
I know, right?
Oh my God, with Taekwondo, I remember a couple of times that I sparred with you guys, you know, and what was the guy that had the cleaning place? Bryce.
Oh, Bryce, yeah.
Yeah. And so Bryce holds up this pad, and I was in martial arts for a long time. And he holds up this pad and he says, hey, do you think you still got it?
I know it would be Bryce.
Yeah. And man, I kicked him so hard, and he was going, all right, you know, just, and I look at these guys in UFC now, I know we're getting off track, but man, if in my day, if I kicked you in the thigh or the shin, you're not getting, I practiced that kick so hard, man. I'm watching these guys now, and they just go out and just whap, hit someone right in the calf, flips them on the side of their head, and it's like, hey, I don't want to fight this guy.
I know, right? I don't want to do that either.
Well, Sherry, thank you so much for coming on here. Did you have a question, or you just wanted to make that comment?
Well, you know, some of the things, you know, like thought is, to me, is like so important, because there's things that's happening, you know, to me right now. And this has been since January, doing what you said to do, you know, meditate every day, kind of a thing. And then the Wallace Waddle. So I just wanted basically to say I've had a couple of things that's come through, but it's because I'm helping others that it's happening. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this is, so, okay. So this, and I'll end with this one here, is that, so my grandson, I asked him, I'm like, okay, because he likes to ride, he wants to ride bikes, but he didn't know how to ride. Okay. And he gets like really, really frustrated. Right. So I'm like, okay, so does your bike, you know, the one you have, is it too small for you? And he says, yes, Grandma. I'm like, okay. So I just, honestly, the things that happen the most are the things that you've said you wanted, but you don't think about wanting them. I don't know if that makes sense.
Makes total sense to me.
Okay, so the thought hit was, okay, so he's going to need a new bike, right? Okay. I kid you not, that night on Marketplace, a red bike in his size came up for like $25.
Wow.
Okay. Now, what makes it even more amazing is that in my subconscious, I know he likes red. That's his favorite color. Okay.
Awesome.
So I go, okay, does he really want it? Does he not want it? I wait a week. Okay. All the other bikes are gone that were on there. I go back and go, okay, well, I think it's time, right? It's there. And she not only was like, I didn't even ask her to go down on the price. She just says, hey, just bring $20 and it's yours. And I was like, okay. So I go get my grandson and I didn't tell him what I did and, and had him do that. And he got it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we're teaching him how to learn to ride. Okay. So get this. Here's the process of thought again, right?
Yeah. Oh, everything.
Okay. We're at the park. He's he's trying to get the track. Okay. He's getting really, really upset. And he just like slams the bike. And I'm going, okay, bro, come here, come here. Let's just sit down and talk. Let's just take a break, And I said, remember what I talked to you about visualization? Because we've been working on visualization, okay? And of course, his other visualization was that he can visualize sleeping when he wants, eating when he wants, eating what he wants, and playing video games however he wants, okay?
How old is he?
He's 9.
Got it. Good.
So we sit down in the park, okay? And he's like, I'm like, okay. I said, I know it can be a little frustrating, right? You're just learning how to ride. And I said, that's okay. I said, I did the same thing. I said, but you know what? You're learning faster than I did. Okay. And he's like,
really?
He looks at me and he's like, really? Exactly. Okay. And so he's like, okay, Grandma. And I said, okay, let's visualize. Remember what that means? He said, yes. He says, I think about it, what I want to do. Okay, that's good. I said, so I want you to think about it. I want you to feel it all in your bones. Just feel it all over that you are riding. And I showed him, we did it, put our hands on the bars, like, they're not there, but, we're visualizing. And I said, just think you're pedaling it and you are just going all the way around, that without any problem whatsoever. He goes, okay. And I said, are you ready? And he goes, yeah, I'm ready, Grandma. Okay. He gets on that bike. Not only did he make 1 lap, he made 3 laps. He did not fall down. He came back around and he stopped, his hands go up and he's like, I did it, Grandma. I did it, Grandma. And I said, yes, you did. High fives, double fives, and more. So, the thought process and the feeling of it, that's why this is so important.
Very important.
I'm just saying, there's other things that have happened, but those were really, he's gonna be on top of his game because I am helping him. So see, it's helping others because that's where you're going to succeed. Yeah. I'm just in that point where what else do I need to do to succeed?
That's all you need to do is keep finding people like your grandson and showing them how to feel good. One of the things that master told us in Rapid City for Matt and Kyle to get their black belts was they needed to do braking. You know what I mean? And I remember that the guy that we were all tied to, he didn't believe in that, right?
Right.
And I'm going like, okay, so I'll teach my kids how to brake. And how many of you know that there's things that if you consistently do, you stay good at it? And so I go down to take my sons down to the lumber place. We get a bunch of one pieces of pine, 1 foot by 1 foot pine, cut them all out.
Right.
And I take Matthew and Kyle in the garage. And I said, before we do this, I'm going to try to show off because normally people can't break boards unless they're on bricks or they're holding them really hard. I said, so it's the movement. And I said, your father used to be able to break these by just throwing them in the air. And Matt looked at me and he's like, really? And I said, yeah, let's see if I can still do it. Whipped that board up in front of my young sons. Oh, just snapped it right in half. And they're standing there like, damn. So it was pretty cool to be able to do that in front of them. And then, like you said, Sherry, then I said, your dad visualizes my hand going through it. Not hitting
Right.
not hitting it, going through it. So when I laid it on the bricks and I got them to visualize them going through it, wham, wham, wham. They just started snapping them. So, hey, and they were really good with weapons and everything.
Absolutely.
So, well, thank you, Sherry. Thank you so much. I love you. I'm looking forward to seeing you again.
Yeah. Thank you. Love you guys.
Okay, Craig, let's shut her down.
All right.
2 hours. Two hours is enough, isn't it?
I think it is. I mean, everybody enjoy this? Yes.
You guys like it? Yeah, I tell people all the time, oh my God, it's 2 hours. Well, great. Break it into 10-minute chunks. Matt was saying that the other day. It's like the biggest problem with people like, oh my God, that video is 2 hours. Well, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Stop making excuses. I dare you to try to watch one of our trainings for 5 minutes. I dare you. I dare you. You know what I mean? So people get on there and went, oh my God, just like, what is that called? When you watch one Netflix after another, after another, after another.
Oh, the reels. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I was going to say binge watching.
Binge watching.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Well, right. Matt, you got any closing words?
No, I love seeing Sherry on here. That was great. I love hearing from you. It's awesome. I'm definitely nostalgic, it's
you
crazy
got some
to think
great memories of Sherry.
I do. My best memories in martial arts are at Sherry's gym. So yeah, no, I really, really thought that this was our best episode so far. I appreciate everybody getting on here. As far as opportunities being taken away and things like that, I think if you think more in abundance, opportunities consistently show up. There's opportunities that will exist in the future that we don't even know about. There's a lot of people right now that are like, because I loved how he was talking about different technologies, right? Yeah. Right now, one of the main fears that people are having is that artificial intelligence will take away a bunch of jobs, like immediately, right? Because there's a lot of jobs that it can just automate very, very quickly and easily. But just like the internet taking away, people having all their paper and filing all their paper. We didn't have to do that anymore. Now we can put all on the computer and then all on the internet. Those jobs existed because of the new technology. Yep. So a lot of new things are coming. It's scary to some people. I'm an optimistic person. I know it will spawn so many new different things, just like Wallace Waddles was talking about. And opportunity will always exist. So that's all I have to share.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Matthew. And the only thing I'll add to that is there's only two groups of people in the world. Is they keep talking about the glory days, or the people that believe that we're living in the most exciting times in history.
Right.
Because right now, what me and Matt talk about all the time about the future is exactly what Dana brought up yesterday. You can ask AI, what is the most important qualities to becoming rich, and it misses gratitude.
It's true.
It misses gratitude. I asked AI today, hey, I always throwing out this 11-11 thing, right? And I just asked AI. I said, hey, when 11-11 shows up constantly, and you see it constantly, what does that mean? The AI came back and said, I don't have eyeballs. So, what the first thought that I had? Oh, AI, tell me what it feels like to be sitting on a beach. I don't know what it feels like. I've never been to the beach. Hey, tell me what it's like to smell puppy breath. I've never smelled puppy breath.
It would break it down like chemically. It'd be like, it's a mixture of these three chemicals.
Don't you? I never even thought about it when I did Dr. Feelgood right now. That's what separates us from AI.
Well, it's our best asset and our worst asset, because when they say in the future it's going to solve a lot of problems that we have right now because our human intelligence just can't get there. It takes time, right? And I always like to think of the thought, we're all sitting on computers. Everything that we're using right now existed 100 years ago. It's not like a meteor came down and hit and all of a sudden this all spawned. No, it was iterated on, right? So when you have an artificial intelligence that can figure that all out and think hyper quickly, that's one thing. You can have new inventions. We can go to space. We can cure cancer. We can do all of these things. But the one thing you can't stop is your negative thinking, your nihilism. That's the part that the AI cannot fix for any of us. Can't fix our outlook on life, whether it's pro or con. Even if those things are solved, we're still going to have bad thoughts.
Right.
That's your job to overcome. So it's like, oh, all these things might be fixed for us, or all the world might be different. It's like thinking of the internet and all that stuff. It's like, no, you can use the internet for a lot of negative things, as we've seen. Or it's the greatest invention ever up to this point in gaining positive information. Yeah. But you wake up every day, you get on it, and you choose how you want to think. You choose that. And that's something you still have the choice of. So whether it was 1910 or it's 2023 or ahead, just try your best to surround yourself with positivity and try your best to think positive of the future. Don't beat yourself up with the past either. I love this group because we're all here and we're all thinking positively. And that energy grows and builds. You were talking earlier about surrounding yourself with or getting out of the way of all these people that are dealing with problems and issues. It's not your job to help them or fix them. It's your job to inspire them and be that, right? And I think that's how we really work. We're really tribe mentality. So if we're surrounded by a bunch of people that are thinking positively, it makes it a lot easier to think positively. It almost is weird to not think positively.
Yeah, you're around the right group of people and it rubs off on you. And some people get around some people get around like people like that and they got to leave.
Well, I remember one of the best pieces of advice for dealing with depression is take your time and go donate it to an animal shelter or something you care about.
Yeah.
When you see the impact of your actions and that they actually impact a living creature's life in a positive way, you'll realize that you're here for that reason.
Yeah.
Right. And we get stuck up in here. We're very selfish by nature.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a survival trait. I have to figure all this out. If you don't, you just have to accept it and like live with it. It's how you deal with it. That's the thing that you have to learn. So I'm still learning it myself.
Well, we'll never stop. We'll never stop.
Right. I don't want to.
I'll leave you with the last word and you can close us out.
Well, I don't know if I can follow that with any other advice. I mean, this is Matthew. Thank you so much for sharing. Robert, bless you and thank you. And bless you both of you for giving us this amazing platform for getting together and talking about this outstanding book, The Science of Getting Rich. And together we're mastering it. And that's, we are the group of people. We are the people that we are hanging around, and we better and better for this. So thank you all very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. Now, for those of you watching on YouTube, if you're in the chat, there's a lot of stuff that we posted in the chat. Go through it, watch it, learn it, understand it. For those of you watching here on Zoom, yes, the same as if we were in the AMA. It's very simple to download everything that we posted in the chat. Basically, if you save it, go to the chat button to the right. There's 3 dots. Click on those 3 dots, then click on Save Chat. And all this information will download to your computer at the conclusion of this presentation. We want everybody to have this. We want everybody to be aware of it. And please, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video. And let's grow so big together that it is freaking amazing. Thank you all so very much. Please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. We're going to go ahead and unmute everybody so they can say so long.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank
Robert.
you. This has been awesome. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, all the contributors.
Appreciate you guys.
Dana, you
Thank
rock.
you so much.
Good going, Chris. John, you're awesome.
Hey, Jim, play us out. Play us out. I think it's too loud like Craig used to be, where we can't hear him. It's just like toned him out.
I need to prepare
Love you guys.
something.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right.
See you tomorrow. Chapter 4 is going to be
Bye.
great. Chapter 4 is